folk song time. It's time to wine. Hey.
Welcome to Caribbean Connections, your weekly dose of Caribbean vibes, featuring poetry, cricket commentary, special guests, and more. I'm your host, Sarojini, and stay tuned for an hour of great Caribbean programming.
Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. When you been a kurupu, you not been tell me morning. But now because you money down, you hustle for tell me morning. Why? Gio go girl, where you go? Lady Bunting walk home, yeah. Why Rich? How you doing? Albion, you too. You know Pablo? Hey, yeah man. Bamboo fire is what kind of fire? Bamboo fire makes so, he makes so. Bamboo fire is a hot, hot fire. Bamboo fire makes so, he makes so. Bamboo fire makes so, makes so, makes so. Bamboo fire makes so, makes so, makes so. Mexo, mexo, what? Mexo, what? Auntie Mo's waiting for the girl, alright? Hey. Here Auntie Mo's Sahala. Here Auntie Mo's Sahala. 4-day morning, caca-crow. Here Auntie Mo's Sahala. Pick up your bundle, come let me go. And here Auntie Mo's Sahala. Why? Neighbor, lend me your matter. The planting getting cold. You remember your small days? All the little children. Sing along. Small days is a good time. Small days is still on my mind. Me neighbor had some little children. If you see how they singing, I just really admire them. What they sing? Rick chick conga day. Rick chick conga day. Lift off your hand conga day. Lift off your leg, me say conga day. Wind up your waist conga day. Jump up conga day. Jump up everybody. Jump like you're crazy. Oh yeah. Let me go bust a line by the coca down now. Hey. Jane and Gage and the village fire run wild. Jane and Gage and the village fire run wild. Run a coca down, something rock away. Run a coca down. Run a coca down, something rock away. Run a coca down. 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 Oh yeah. If me nah been come, me nah be no woman a dead yeah for man. If me nah been come, me nah be no woman a dead yeah for man. Take me there, that's heaven. Well, I went to the market, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and I see Auntie Shippy, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and I take away she basket, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and she pick up a rocket, ting-a-ling-a-ling, 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 ting-a-ling, 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 ting-a-ling-a-ling. Oh yeah. Kanaka drum, Guinea border dance, oh me Raja. Folka kanaka drum, Guinea border dance, oh me Raja. You hug me, you kiss me, you pull out me dhoti. You take me yeah, you aji, for she to beat up me, now you left me. Folka kanaka drum, Guinea border dance, oh me Raja. Folka kanaka drum, Guinea border dance, oh me Raja. Hey, it's Folka Curry coming down, you know.
This is 93.5 CHMR FM.
Run it! This one the hit, yo. Ladies Sarojani. Bless up everyone. This is Jordan Ben from Jamaica here representing for the most, the host, Lady Sarojani with the Caribbean Connection Show. Hey, Panwa, 93.5 FM, CHMR, 11. I'm another criminal, so get on your searching. But let me tell you though, if you never know, I'm an island man with an African culture. No drugs, no in my bag.
Good morning and come on in. Happy Friday, everybody. And we are celebrating an awesome show here today on Caribbean Connections. We are actually continuing our second anniversary celebration. And I want to thank you all for tapping into today's show. A special shout out to all of you listening here in St. John's and around the island. We have so much to celebrate here today, guys, really and truly. And back to the Caribbean, I want to do a big shout out to Jamaica, Tony Ann Singh. Miss Jamaica has won the 69th Miss World Beauty Pageant. 23 years old, born in St. Thomas, Jamaica. She plans to study medicine and become a doctor. She actually beat out 111 other contestants representing different countries. She's the fourth Jamaican winner of the title since the competition began. And heads up for you, this is the first time in history that Black women hold the titles of Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, Miss America, Miss Universe, and Miss World. So, my dear people, let's kick off this awesome Friday with this great track by Byron Lee, Christmas Soca Party. very, very special shout out to you listening across the island of Newfoundland and Labrador, and for you listening in Toronto, Regina, Saskatoon, Vancouver, Calgary, Maple Ridge, Roberts Creek, New York, and to a very dear friend, Denise, on the island of Long Island in New York, and to Nalini and Vinod. Thank you guys, it really means a lot for you listening far and wide. In Connecticut, Washington DC, Warnemünde and Berlin, Germany, to the Fall Teens. And of course to the folks in New Delhi, India. Thank you so much, guys. Have fun.
Baby boy, the Virgin Mary had a baby boy. The Virgin Mary had a baby boy, and they gave him the name of Jesus. He come from the glory, he come from the glorious kingdom. He come from the glory, he come from the glorious kingdom. Oh yes, believer, oh yes, believer, he come from the glory, he come from the glorious kingdom. The wise men saw when the baby born, the wise men saw where the baby born. The wise men went where the baby born, and they said that his name was Jesus. He come down, he come from the glory, he come down, he come from the glorious kingdom. He come from the glory, he come from the glorious kingdom. Oh yes, believer, oh yes, believer, he come from the glory, he come from the glorious kingdom. They saw the star over Bethlehem, that glorious star over Bethlehem. They trailed that star over Bethlehem to the crib of the child named Jesus. He come down, he come from the glory, he come down, he come from the glorious kingdom. He come from the glory, he come down, he come from the glorious kingdom. Oh yes, believer, oh yes, believer, he come from the glory, he come from the glorious kingdom. They found a manger in Bethlehem, a lowly manger in Bethlehem. And in that manger in Bethlehem, they worshiped the child named Jesus. He come down, he come from the glory, he come down, he come from the glorious kingdom. He come from the glory, he come down, he come from the glorious kingdom. Oh yes, believer, oh yes, believer,
by various artists. And before that, we just heard actually the Merrymen, Baby Boy King. We'll take a very short break, guys, and we will be right back.
Well, all right, we're jamming. I wanna jam it with you.
You're jamming to CHMR 93.5.
And I hope you like jamming too.
Tired of the Monday blues? Well, have I got the solution for you? Tune in to the Celtic Wake Up with me, Zach Snow, and enjoy the best in traditional folk music from across the province.
We'll scrape her and we'll scrub her with hope.
And across the pond.
So you were sitting by the fire talking to a really...
Join me on Monday mornings from 8 to 10 a.m. for your Celtic Wake Up, here on your alternative radio station, 93.5 CHMR FM.
Welcome back. My name is Sarojini and I am the host of Caribbean Connections. I hope you're having an awesome Friday with me, guys. It really is my pleasure to be here today and to share with you some terrific Caribbean tunes. Now, last week I actually gave a lot of you, or all of you as a matter of fact, if you were paying attention, as a film buff, I've given you some movies suggestions, so I'll continue with that. Let's first start with the children's one. So here we go. Last week I said the first three, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, The Polar Express, and A Christmas Carol. So this week, I am going to actually give you a couple more. Charlie Brown's Christmas and Elf. Have a good time. Well, guys, welcome back. I gotta apologize to you. I think I sound like I'm in a barrel here or something, and the problem is I'm trying everything to fix this situation, and it doesn't seem to be working. So I do apologize if I sound kind of weird over here. I'm trying to get some help. But with the holidays and all, we have a skeleton staff. So listen, bear with me until we figure out what to do. In the meantime, I'm going to talk less and play more music. So I'm going to play one of my favorite groups, actually, Il Divo. And we are going to hear Over the Rainbow.
talk about men, he was a boss. For what he believed, he died on a cross. It happened this way, the story said, in Bethlehem. It happened this way, the story said, the baby lay on a bale of hay. It happened this way, the story said, a long, long time ago.
You're listening to the Trade Winds, Bethlehem.
They never had a man like that again since Bethlehem. 1900 years have passed. His birthday they call Christmas. It happened this way, the story said, in Bethlehem. It happened this way, the story said, the baby lay on a bale of hay. It happened this way, the story said, a long, long time ago. It happened this way, the story said, the baby lay on a bale of hay. It happened this way, the story said, a long, long time ago. It happened this way, the story said, the baby lay on a bale of hay. It happened this way, the story said, a long, long time ago.
Welcome back. My name is Sarojini and I'm the host of Caribbean Connections. We're listening to some great Caribbean vibes, but we're going to take a break and listen to Charlie Brown.
Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer, fun for all that children call their favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air, carols everywhere. Golden cars and ancient cars of love and dreams to share. Smiles in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, berries growing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the Smiles in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, berries growing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new?
this child that you delivered will soon deliver you.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm the storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Did you know? Mary, did you know? Mary, did you
The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule the nation? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb?
That sleeping child you're holding is the great I
Mary, did you know?
You just heard one of my favorite groups, Pentatonics, and that was Mary, Did You Know? And yes, my beautiful people, with my limited tech savvy intuition, my spidey senses came tingling and I solved this echoey business that was going on. And you know what? Of all the days this should happen is when we have minimal, in fact, no one else here. It's holiday time here at the university and definitely at the station here at CHMR. So I'm just happy you could hear me and I'm happy I could hear myself. Thank you guys for sticking around. We'll be right back.
Expect the unexpected on the Newfoundland Records Radio Hour, Saturdays at noon on CHMR.
This is the social media news. I'm your friend's kid brother. My classmate Jeff told me that immigrants are coming to Canada to steal our toys. Jeff also says he has a tattoo, but the tattoo artist made him swear not to show anyone. Jeff is so cool.
Social media isn't journalism, so why does our government give billions to social networks while Canadian newsrooms die out? Visit friends.ca to learn more. Authorized by Friends of Canadian Broadcasting.
Well, I hear a story from Ken Corsby. Cricket game in the jungle. Sunday morning right after church. Big crowd assemble. Donkey say me fuss, I batting. You know I love cricket.
Here we go. After losing the T20 series 2-1, West Indies were confident of better results in the 50-over matches, and they started the series with an emphatic 8-wicket victory. In the first match in Chennai, India, a run-a-ball century partnership for the fourth wicket between Sirius Iyer 70 and Rishabh Pant 71 was instrumental in getting India to a very respectable 287 for 8. Sheldon Cottrell bowled beautifully, giving up 46 runs in 10 overs and was rewarded with 2 wickets, while Kimo Paul and Alzari Joseph also bagged 2 wickets each. Sunil Ambris fell early in the chase, but Shea Hope settled in for the long haul and was unhurried as he batted through the innings to score 102 not out. But it was the batting of Simran Hitmaier who took the match out of the reach of the Indians as he hit 11 fours and 7 sixes in his devastating innings of 139, scored off just 106 deliveries.
Red Ants hit him a couple bite. He say, man, bat and pads together. And then the ones in the crowd start to sing very loud if you hear them hit the ball down.
In the second match played at Visakhapatnam, in ineffective bowling by the West Indians resulted in a 227 run opening partnership between Rohit Sharma 159 and KL Rahul 102, setting the tone for the innings. A first ball duck of Virat Kohli was little compensation for the Windies as the Indians teed off to finish with a formidable total of 387 for 5.
Liquid donkey, liquid crapo, liquid snake in the gully. Lick down giraffe and kangaroo and gone whistling down.
West Indies started positively, and by the time Shea Hope and Nicholas Puran had reached their century partnership for the fourth wicket, the Windies were less than 200 runs away, with 20 overs to go, an achievable target. But 2 wickets in 2 balls by Mohammad Shami, followed by a hat-trick from Kuldeep Yadav, 3 overs later stopped the West Indies in their tracks, and they were eventually dismissed for 280. The 107-run win by India leveled the series at 1 match apiece, with the decider to be played in Cuttack, India on Sunday.
Scatteration out on the field, every man jack was hiding. Crapo lie down like if he dead, giraffe and kangaroo limping. But Mr. Parrot, the umpire, he said, all you hold some straight. Elephant, that was a no ball. Donkey to bat again. The donkey turn round and watch Parrot. He say, Parrot, shut your mouth. You're behind safe up inside the tree. No ball, me tail, I out. And he turned to the crowd and he said very loud, let me tell you, all you're talking about hit the man, but all your backside inside the stand. Send some other jackass to bat. This jackass finish with that.
Welcome back. My name is Sarojini and I'm the host of Caribbean Connections. This week, I'd like to report, as many of you cricket buffs and aficionados may know, that Basil Butcher passed away at the age of 86, December 16th. And I just want to read a little something about him. I have to admit, I don't know a lot about Basil. He was actually during my father's time, so I'm more familiar with Rohan Kanai and Alvin Kalicharan. They're all in the same league, but, you know, some cricketers, like some sportsmen and athletes, do stand out more. But I have heard so much about Basil Butcher, and I do want to pay tribute to him. And I collected something from The Guardian, and I'd like to share a few words with you. In the dashing era of the 1960s Caribbean cricket, Basil Butcher was a sturdy backbone around which many a fine West Indies score or victory was built. Although a stellar batsman in his own right, the unassuming Butcher died at 86. He was generally content to play second fiddle in the middle order to whoever was at the crease, confident in the expectation that when the big guns were gone, he would still be there, pushing the total to respectability and beyond. Along with Ken High and Joe Solomon, Butcher was one of the outstanding batsmen to emerge in the late 50s from the remarkable progressively run sugar plantation of Port Morant in Guyana, remotely situated in the low-lying backwater fields of what was then British Guyana, now Guyana, under the watchful eye of the great Barbadian batsman Clyde Walcott, who was employed by the local Sugar Producers Association as a cricket organizer at Port Morant and other estates. He blossomed into a prodigious of slightly unorthodox talent. The only son of 7 children born to Matilda, a Guyanese of Amerindian descent, and Ethelbert, a Barbadian who had migrated to British Guyana, Butcher was born in Port Morant and went to Quarantine High School, where he harbored ideas of attending university, but he came to the conclusion that he might gain a wider education and perhaps a better living through cricket. Biding his time variously as a school teacher, a public works clerk, an insurance salesman, and a welfare officer, he honed his game at Port Morant Sports Club and made his debut for British Guyana against Barbados in 1955. His first game for the West Indies came 3 years later at the age of 25 in the late 1958. When he scored 64 not out against India in Bombay, now Mumbai, despite sustaining a leg injury that prevented him from running properly. He finished the tour of India and Pakistan with 2 centuries and 619 runs at an average of 56.27. After 3 poor scores in 2 home tests against England in 1960, he spent a difficult period in the wilderness until re-selected for the 1963 trip to England, where he picked up on his earlier form. We want to pay a great big tribute to Mr. Basil Butcher, such a great cricketer, an excellent batsman, and certainly an example for all the young cricketers coming up today. Rest in peace, Basil Butcher.
Run it! This one, the hit, yo. Greetings, everyone. This is Jordan Bent from Jamaica, and you're listening to 93.5 CHMR FM. Or check us out online at chmr.ca.
And say, sir, can I speak to you? Let me see your bag, we smell something funny. We said, true, that's a pardon day. I'm another criminal, so get on your searching. But let me tell you, though, if you never know, I'm an island man with an African culture. No drugs, no in my bag.
I'm David Suzuki. How far away is your next meal? The average lunch or dinner travels 2,400 kilometers to get to your table. Eating local means eating fresher and combating global warming. The future is in your hands and on your table.
Think globally. Eat locally. Eat your way to a healthier planet and a healthier you. Find out how at davidsuzuki.org.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Yo quiero año felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
You're listening to Feliz Navidad Caribbean Style by Freddie McGregor. And as I told you all, I was giving you some suggestions and movies to watch during the holidays while you're thinking, what should I do? So for the kids one, I started out with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, The Polar Express, A Christmas Carol, of course, the Charlie Brown Christmas Special, Elf, all the Home Alone sequels, of course, The Nutcracker, Saving Christmas, Miracle on 34th Street, and The Muppet Christmas Carol. Have fun, everyone, and happy watching. So here are some suggestions for you grown-ups. Last week I mentioned, of course, the very beautiful romantic comedy Love Actually. Another romantic comedy, The Holiday Great movie. And to continue, The Sound of Music. All the Hallmark Channel movies. Oh, you can't go wrong with these war movies, guys. Christmas Vacation, Scrooge, The Best Man Holiday, Surviving Christmas, and White Christmas, Die Hard, and Santa Claus. Have fun, everyone.
Live from Toronto, this is DJ Eruption. You're listening to Sorojin from Caribbean Connections. Peace out.
You're listening to June Lodge, Joy to the World. If you need to reach me, my email is caribbeanconnections2018@gmail.com. I want to thank all of you for tuning into today's program. And of course, a very special thank you to all of you who've stayed with us this past year and the past 2 years. It really means a lot to us. And as you celebrate Christmas with your family and friends, keep peace, kindness, love, and understanding in mind. Everybody needs just one little warm hug, and I certainly hope you'll be the one to do that. Also, keep in mind, save the environment, pay attention to what you're doing, recycle, reuse, do whatever you can to cut down on all this trash we're pouring into the oceans and into the world. Reuse your bags, your tissue paper, whatever you can, boxes. Make old Christmas cards into tags. I do that all the time. I have a secret on how to do it. I can share that with you another time. We're running out of time. But pay attention to what you're doing. We all live on this planet, and we all owe it to Mother Earth to be kind, to be diligent, to be tolerant, and to be environmentally aware. I'm getting all tongue-tied up today, guys. I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, I want to thank you all very much for sticking around, but we will actually take a really short break, and we will be right back.
Hi, this is Vinod from New York City, and you're listening to Swojini on the Caribbean Connections.
The Friday morning markout. 8 a.m. Newfoundland time or 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on CHMR 93.5 FM.
The closest ones, meanwhile.
Welcome back. We're actually cluing up today's program, and we just heard a promo for fanboy Mark Jabroni. He hosts this morning mark out before this program, Caribbean Connections, and also Ring Rust later on in the afternoon at Uberswank. I want to just say a special shout out to fanboy Mark Jabroni. When I started out, his show was before mine, as I mentioned, and he would guide me along a lot of times. Many times he sat with me just for us to iron out the bugs and make sure that everything is going right. Of course, he's taking a break today, but we'll be back next week. And I'm taking a break next week, and I will be back in the new year. And again, I do want to send out a very special thank you to all of you who've stayed with me. Thank you for your support, your encouragement, your kind words, your words of wisdom, your, I should say, welcome criticism, good and bad. I take it all. It really helps me. And I certainly hope 2020 brings goodness, good health, and love, kindness, and all of your dreams to come true in the new year. And I want you to take care of yourselves and of each other. Stay well and healthy. As I told you before, it's the only life we have. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a happy, productive, and a fantastic New Year. I will be back right after the New Year, but I'll be gone next week. In the meantime, have a fantastic weekend, a merry and bright Christmas, and an awesome New Year. Bye for now.
Soca was shining. It wakes me Christmas morning. Friends and family gather around, singing the Christmas songs. The bread and cake is baking, and the turkey smelling nice in the kitchen. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him in Christ the Lord. Everybody jumping, everybody moving, everybody dance to the soca dance. Santa Claus is coming to town. Every little girl, every little boy is jumping up for joy with the Christmas toy. Santa Claus is coming to town. And he knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you are awake. And he knows when you're bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. Everybody jump, everybody bump, everybody prance to the soca dance. Santa Claus is coming to I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and the children listen together, sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. I mean that Christmas I used to know. Family and friends get together, greeting one another, and the spirit of love, and it's in the air. So I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
This is 93.5 CHMR FM.